All right, this morning I'm joined by Professor Romanus Odhiambo, the Vice Chancellor, Meru University of Science and Technology. Karibu sana, Professor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining me.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. How is Meru University doing so far?
Great. Meru is doing very great. Yeah.
Okay, asante sana.
A bit cold in the morning, but it grows, the temperature improves in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's normally cold in Meru.
Very, very.
Yeah, I've not stayed there for quite some time. I just passed by there.
You better come one of these days. Yeah,
all right.
But an excellent place.
Yeah. I will. Yeah. The SMS line is on. 20154 is the number. Start with the word channel 1. And you can also tag us on Twitter. The hashtag is Good Morning Kenya. My Twitter handle is Ram Aguko. The official station handle is at KBC Television. Now, even as talk about matters education, Prof, there have been concerns about how universities are doing, starting with, from the top heading over, because here we talk about higher education, higher learning. There have been concerns concerning this. And we are talking about the synchrony of education when it comes to what we learn in class and what is expected in terms of the skills that the students should have, these skills demanded by employers. Do you agree that there is a gap that needs to be bridged?
Thank you very much once again, Ram. My name is Romanus Odhiambo, the Vice Chancellor, Meru University of Science and Technology. I'm very happy to participate in this discussion of higher education. Yes, as you have said earlier, the university education in Kenya started back in the early 60s, actually late 50s with one University of Nairobi. And later on towards 80s, 90s, we became 7 universities, and later on 14. And right now we are having 74 universities.
74 universities.
Yes. About 31 of them are fully fledged public universities. 8 of them are constituent college full public universities. And the remaining are private universities. There have been, of course, a bit of challenges here and there. And one of them is what you have alluded to, is that the graduates that we produce, do they fit for purpose in the industries and all the rest?
And that is the question.
And that's the question. The answer is yes and no. I would like to say that. There are universities that are doing pretty good job. For example, in the programs, STEM areas, for example, that is engineering, that's medicine, that's law, that's agriculture, that's computer science. If you really do a trail of study of these kind of graduates that come from higher education and where they finally go, you find that they actually fit very well. We have seen quite a number of our engineering students, when they graduate, they fit. They are the ones building the roads. The computer science students and the IT students, when they come out, they are ones coming out with so many of the software, new things that we develop. The lawyers are still getting places and many things. The agriculture students are, quite a number of them are right now participating in the new methods of really ensuring that this country has great potential of food security. So yes, but then there are also programs and what have you that we have maybe to use the term massifications of the number of students that are coming out. And in the process, you find that you overproduce and demand now, because of the supply and demand. And there, yes, it is possible. But all is not lost. As a teacher, by the way, I'm a trained teacher. I've been a high education.
Professor, as a matter of fact.
Professor. All is not lost. I think we as a country shouldn't just come out and say these are not good courses, we throw them out.
Because in as much as years, there have been concerning the courses being offered by universities. And the CS said last month and a few months ago that some courses are irrelevant. And I remember there was a list. I think you saw that the list that came out concerning irrelevant courses being offered in universities. So at the end of the day, yes, there are good courses. You're saying there are good courses, but true. At the same time, there are also courses that are irrelevant. Do you think so?
Which can be improved. In fact, what I think the problem we have as a country is massifications. overproducing. And that in the process now makes some people say the courses are irrelevant, when in fact they should not. What we need to address is really classify our institutions into groups. You know, the groups that are doing maybe science and technology, put them there. Okay. The group, so you can call them science and technology universities. Then the group that are doing everything, the Nairobi of this world, the KU of this world, the Moi of this world, you can call them comprehensive university. Do you get me?
All right.
And then the specialized universities, like, you know, the cooperative university, the multimedia of this world, you can call them specialized universities. So all that we need to do to avoid this effect of massifications where we overproduce particular graduates in particular area is basically to restrict the number of students going, say, to science and technology. They can still do those art-based courses that we are saying are useless, but you still need them. Okay. The people doing engineering, the people doing medicine, they still need to know how to interact with people. So all that you need to do is to control the number so that you do not over-massify, so that when they go to the field, they have nothing to do. But all said and done, I've always believed that education is not just to get you a job in the course that you have been trained in.
Yeah.
You still need an educated person should be able to do what he has been trained in, but if that thing is not there, should be able to overbrand himself, or change metaphors himself to be able to do other things. And so you'll find I was trained to teach mathematics in high school. Hello?
Yeah.
But today I'm a professor in the university. Today I'm able to to administer the whole university, manage the whole university. Today I'm able even to go to church and preach because I'm a pastor, I'm born again. You know, education is supposed to make you fit in all the situations. No wonder the Kofi Annan of this world was trained in Ghana, but still had to go to Europe and become the Secretary General and became a global citizen because of proper education.
We should not be worried about qualifications of students.
No, no.
That's why, how is Meru University doing, in terms of now offering this quality education to the nation?
Thank you, Ram. Meru University of Science and Technology is only 6 years old. We were a constituent college of Jomo Kenyatta back in 2009 up to 2013, and then fully fledged in 2013 up to now, 6 years old. What we have done is that we have been very cautious in growing the university. As a matter of fact, we only have 8 schools, very thematically chosen. We have School of Agriculture and Food Science, training people in food science and technology, training people in horticulture, training people in agribusiness, training people in general agriculture, and all the rest. And then we also have C, that is the School of Engineering and Architecture, that trains people in Bachelor of Technology in Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Bachelor of Technology in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering, and soon Bachelor of Technology in Architecture and a Bachelor of Technology in Mechatronic Engineering. Then the third school is the School of Computing and Informatics, that trains people in Computer Science, BSc, in Computer Technology, in Computer Science and Forensic Science and Security, that is one of its own in East and Central Africa, and the Bachelor of Science in Business and Information Technology, and Bachelor of Science in IT. The fourth school we have is School of Health Sciences, where we do clinical medicine and BA and public health. The fifth school is School of Nursing, where we do BSc Nursing. The sixth school is School of Business and Economics, where we do the BCom, we do the public BPS, that is Bachelor of Purchasing and Supplies, we do economics, and all the rest. And then the seventh school is the School of Education, where we do education science and education arts. The final school is a School of Pure and Applied Sciences. We do all the general sciences and actuarial science and all this. Now, you can see these are courses which are clearly chosen. And one thing that distinguishes our university programs from the others is that besides the formal training, all our students go for industrial attachment. They go to the farm, they go to the organization where their future places where they'll work. They do all these things so that they get the practical skills that is really very relevant to the community. Meru University of Science and Technology is very passionate about what we call CEL, that is community engaged learning. The community can be the farm, the agriculture people, the community can be the engineering farms, the community can be the computer farm, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I get you.
And this really makes students to get the relevant knowledge. As they learn in the university, they also try to relate to what is happening in the farm. In fact, as a matter of fact, we are opening the university this week. The last 3-4 months, all our students have been outside there to do the practical training, the community engaged learning. This is what we do.
And we will talk about how you are affecting the community, because at the end of the day, we normally talk about how educating the child, you know, benefits the community.
That's true.
Yeah. Now that we talk about educating the children and benefiting the community, we should also find out the person educating, you know, the children. How are they helping the community? We will touch on that. But first things first. You talk about the mini courses that you're having as a university, and I would like to start from there, even as you find out more about Meru University. Do you think that as a country, as a nation, as we educate our children, taking our kids to school, are we really heading towards the right direction in terms of educating the children for higher learning? Because here we have a scenario where some end up not getting access, you know, to universities, you know, because we normally have those cut-off points. There have been debates concerning the parallel programs. How are we doing so far? Are you proud of how we are as a nation?
I think, Ram, we are on the right path, but as you move on the road, there are always challenges here and there. There are portals, there are valleys and hills. But I think we are on the right path. There are few challenges that sometimes bring these other questions. I think, you see, we get students from high school. For up to about 3 years ago, we used to admit quite a number of students, maybe over 100,000.
Meru University has been there for now a couple
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
So you've admitted people.
We have admitted people.
Yeah.
But you see, what has been happening is that in the last 3 years, we as a country have decided to control the number of students coming to the university. Remember during the Matiang'i time about 3 years ago, was it about 60 or 70,000 students that came? And then after that another 70, and then this time we got around 90,000. Now, all this, when they come to the university, you know, the money that is coming to the university because of the limited number of students that come to the university is also very subdued. And so, when you really want to produce quality graduates, sometimes it is not very possible because the funding that comes to the university is not enough. What I advocate for, and I want you to get me this, and Kenyans, please get me this very right.
Yes.
I think we need as a country to determine the number of students that we want to come to the university. From our government point of view, the industries we have, and you say we are only going to sponsor this number of students. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I get you.
Yes, we are going to sponsor only this number of students. And that's the money you avail 100%. Hello? Then we should also allow, I know you talked about parallel.
Yes.
The RAM, the Odhiambo who are not being able to be captured in this number that is going to be sponsored, that the government is able to sponsor. You should allow them to come to the university to fill the spaces, the empty spaces that have not been filled by the number of students that you are picked, that you are able to sponsor. Do you get this?
Yes, I get you.
When we do this, then some of these financial crises that currently the university have in the university will go down. Yeah, the government will give me the money for this number, then the A minus B that remained will have to come through the self-sponsored, and they'll be able to pay. In the process, now we'll be able to address the financial problem. We will be having some money to employ quality staff. We'll be having some money to put the right infrastructure that produces the right kind of quality graduates that we want for this country, that we want for Africa, that we want for the whole world. I think this is what I can tell you for sure. In Meru University of Science and Technology, because of that, we have been trying to admit just the number that we are able to manage. And this is what we have been trying to do. And so you find most of my students, when they go out, they are still doing very well. That I can tell, very well.
You can tell?
There's no problem.
Do they come back?
For masters?
For masters, and even to talk with you and say,
of
course,
hey,
Prof,
yes.
we are doing well.
No, they are excited. They are doing very well. They are doing very well.
You talked about the budget,
yes,
and the funding for universities. I remember in the 2019-2020 fiscal budget for the country, we had the National Treasury allocating 97.7 billion to public universities.
Not just, it was not public university, it was the whole universities.
All universities.
Yeah, they also
97.7 billion.
Yes.
All right. Now, if the World Bank also gave its own recommendations, and they talked about the annual budget allocating to Kenyan universities, that it should be set on performance targets and not wasteful historical trends. Here we talk about the quality of education that a university offers being a reflection of the amount of funding that they receive.
Yes.
Yeah, and here they talk about principles that should be looked into, about close alignment with national priorities, explicit link to performance, equity among all population groups, objectivity and transparency in the allocation process, and criteria. How do you look at this budget so far in terms of it reaching universities like yours?
Excellent. The financing of university education for a long time has just been, we have Meru University, we have Nairobi University, we just give them money like that. But in the last 3-4 years, the Kenya public universities have challenged this for some time, and I'm very happy that our government adopted our recommendations of financing university education through a model that is called DUC model. That's the differentiated unit cost. The differentiated unit cost affirms and asserts that when I'm financing RAM, I should know what course is RAM enrolled in. Is it medicine? Is it education? Is it BA history? Is it agriculture? Is it engineering? Is it computer science? So the cost is very important. The DUC also look at the number of students also coming. So it's a function of the number of students, it's a function of the programs you are doing. But of late, we are also saying you should also look at the age of the institution.
How old
is the
How long it has taken?
Yeah, like Meru University of Science and Technology, for example, is 6 years old. You can't compare it with a technical university. I mean, Nairobi used to be called a technical university in the 50s. Yeah, technical something, college.
It was Kenya Poly.
Not Kenya Poly. Nairobi, I know you guys are young. Nairobi in the 50s was like a technical something.
Or the University of Nairobi.
Yes,
or you're talking about the University of Nairobi, not the Technical University of Kenya.
And it has been there from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and whatever. And every year the government has been pumping money to develop the infrastructure.
Okay.
Meru is only 6 years old. You can't compare the two. So you also need to look at the age of the institution. We do not have the boundary wall. We do not have all the kind of laboratories, the lecture theaters. Our roads are still a bit dusty, but we are working on them. But you come to Nairobi, you come to some of these universities, all that has been done. And so I agree with the World Bank that there are some things that we need to look. The benefit, the priority programs that you want, like now our good president, His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, has come up with a 4 big agenda. And so, as a country, as an institution, we are being asked, can we address the affordable health care? Can we address the food sustainability and security? Can we address the manufacturing and all that? Now, the programs that we run should actually answer to those concerns. So why, when a nation has set its priority that this is where we are deficit in for the next 4, 5, or 10 years, why can't we train on this? So in that way, I agree with what they are saying. But also, it does not mean the others have to be ignored technically forever. Because you ignore them, you create another problem tomorrow. So we have to balance and see how to move on in all this. And that's what we are doing in Meru University. That our 8 schools are organized in such a way that we answer to the Big Four agenda, we answer to the Vision 2030, and also think about those other things. You know, right now, you have heard about the social issues in the university. We have heard about the social issues in the country, the depressions and what have you. So you need to teach people about psychology. You need to talk to people how to balance their work-life study and all the rest so that we avoid some of these problems.
So this funding to Meru University, so far the amount of money that you've been receiving, it has enabled you to do quite much in terms of giving the quality education to your students.
We have 74 universities. I've told you we have.
For Meru University.
No, Meru University, I'm coming to that. The money is not enough. Like this particular year, I wanted, like say, 100%. I was only able to get around 69 or 70%. So how do you cover the 30%?
Yet we are 74 universities.
Yes, we are 74 universities. And so it's a serious financial challenge, even for others, but also for Meru, a serious one, that we are not able to do the 100% plan, the work plans that we have for every year. Even for this year, it is very difficult because we didn't get all the 100%. We only got around 69%.
Oh, you need more funding there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and you're doing a good job. So far, we have interns here in KBC.
Of course, yes.
There is one, there are two who were here yesterday, and they were directing this show. Yeah, they were speaking in my ears. One of them is Kevin, the other is called Jeff.
Great.
Yeah,
great.
they are both from Meru University.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
And okay, moving forward.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the life of a student. In Meru University, how are you giving that hospitable environment that is conducive for learning to your students?
By the way, Meru University is at the center of Kenya. I know Kenya is, you Nairobians think Nairobi is the center. Meru University is at the center, 1,000 kilometers from Ethiopia, Somalia, Sudan, 1,000 kilometers from the border, Kenya, Tanzania.
You are at the epicenter.
Epicenter. We are next to Isiolo, the LabSet Center, where the international airport is. We are just the Mount Kenya, which we all love, and everybody, the whole world come to see. The 3/4 of it is in Meru. We are surrounded with a forest. We are in a forested area. Once, if you are tired, you move out a bit at the gate, you find a maternity for the elephants. The place is just serene and green. Our students, which is right now 6,700. Last year, when I went in August, there were 5,200. We have increased them a bit. The students are very happy. You walk from the gate about 2 kilometers on a tarmac.
It's a happy environment there.
Yeah, and then you focus your eyes on Mount Kenya, you focus your eyes on the forest and the green grass around it. The place is just serene. I have a student welfare committee that meets students every month. And most of the time, like when we open a university, like in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to address all the students. I have to talk with them, tell them our work plans, tell them our expectations, they tell me their expectations, and we lead by open door policy at the department level, at the school level, at the DVC's, the Deputy Vice Chancellor level, at my level. They can access us all the time, and we sit together. They are allowed to elect their leadership.
You have your own student, council of students.
We call it SAMU, Student Association of Meru University, and a very vibrant one.
We will come back because right now you're starting a new semester.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's take a short commercial break. Okay. We'll be back, and then you'll tell us more about the life in Meru.
Okay.
It's a cold area. Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Nice place. And
nice
place. And nice place.
Let's take a short break.
Nice people.
Let's take a short break. We will be back. Remember, it's all about Meru University of Science and Technology. How are they bridging the gap? Here we talk about matters of education in the country. Higher learning. We are taking a short break. We'll be back. Do not go too far. This is Good Morning Kenya.